And we are back with another Black with No Cream podcast, episode 21. New episode every single Sunday. I'm your host, Ben Haggerty, a.k.a. Ben Real vs. World. Today's podcast is a little different. I have my homie Adam DeGross back on the podcast, updating everyone on his creative journey. Adam was my third guest ever, and since our time talking, a lot has happened. Adam is an amazing photographer based out of Minneapolis, and if you recall, Adam was able to hop on the podcast in the first place because Lil Peep flew him out to LA to shoot one of his performances. Adam and Peep became pretty good friends over the next few weeks, and Peep even offered Adam to come on his upcoming world tour to be his personal photographer. After Peep's death, Adam created an incredible memorial for him on his Instagram feed, sharing some amazing, never-before-seen photographs that he took of Peep. He shared them with Peep's fans, which ended up being shared all over the internet. Adam has since gone on to shoot for several artists, including Post Malone, and was even invited by Rolling Stone magazine to photograph one of their Super Bowl parties. Adam's career is blowing up, and no matter how big he gets, he's still humble as fuck and willing to offer his advice in any way he can, which is why he was willing to hop on the Black with No Cream podcast for a second time. He shares his tips and all that shit with the Black with No Cream community. Thank you, Adam, for joining us. If this is your first time tuning into the podcast, you're probably wondering, what does Black with No Cream stand for? Black with No Cream is a private creator group fueled by caffeine, or at least I take my coffee black with no cream, but you can drink or not drink whatever caffeine you fuck with and still be a part of our community. We are a private group on Facebook, open to creators of all kinds, aka if you make videos, if you're a photographer, if you're doing marketing, management, editing, dancing, etc., 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 all creators are welcomed. Our private group has been growing rapidly. We have a shit ton of members working together by sharing content, asking for feedback, passing tips and tricks along to one another with the goal of pushing each other to become the best motherfucking content creators on earth. And you can join our group if you want to by going to BWNC.com/join. We would love to fucking have you. Please join. If you're interested in supporting Black with No Cream, please go to blackwithnocream.com/merch. We have hats, shirts, stickers, pins, all that shit. It's available in the store. I appreciate anyone who picks up some merch. And if you don't have funds, you know what to do. Share this shit, leave reviews, subscribe on YouTube, do all of that. Subscribe, all that shit helps me, okay? I appreciate you. All right, that's it. Enjoy the work week. Keep creating. Make sure to tune in every single Sunday for our new Black with No Cream podcast episode. And without any further ado, I bring to you my interview with Adam in the most epic podcast intro ever created right motherfucking now.
Attention.
If you stop this podcast recording at any time, you will die.
I don't want to die.
Do you want to live?
You have 24 hours to share this podcast with 5 people or you will die.
I'm kidding, you won't die. You're just weak shit for not sharing.
And the winner of the best motherfucking podcast goes to
Black with No Cream.
What do you think?
It's so fucking dumb and so fucking Ben Haggerty.
I knew you would say that. And we are fucking back again with another Black with No Cream podcast. Today's special guest, my second time having him on the podcast, Adam DeGross.
Number 2, baby.
Number 2. We were just talking about how I felt it was a nerd thing for me, but as I was creating the project file to record this audio, I've never thought, like, every time I put, like, Adam DeGross podcast. And then I got to put 2 on there today, which is weird.
Yeah, it's sick.
I've never had a second guest or someone come back, a repeated guest.
I think I forced myself into it. I was like, hey, let's do another podcast.
I love it though.
No, it's sick. Yeah.
I was like, I've been recording a lot this week, and I was like, shit. And then you're like, let's hang out. I was like, yeah, I'm down. And you're like, we can do a podcast too. And I'm like, fuck, you've done a lot of shit since our last podcast.
Yeah.
It feels like that was like 3 weeks ago that we did this podcast.
Yeah, it was like, what, 4 or 5 months
4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
This is episode, I don't know what episode this is going to be, but I've done 20 now, so it's like, yeah, 5 months. But Adam, I already talked about this in the intro before this starts, highlighting what you do and shit, but from the time we last talked on the podcast, if you guys need, you should definitely listen to that one to hear his overall origin story of how he became who he is. But he was literally shooting for A$AP Ferg. You shot a bunch of photos for A$AP, and then like went on to do a music video for him. One music video, right?
Yeah. One, and then I was gonna do. We talked about maybe doing the Plain Jane video, but that just didn't work out. And then he did it, and it's sick.
It turned out dope.
Yeah, it's so good.
Sick.
The actual video.
I need to watch it.
Cool. Yeah.
What was the video you directed?
I did the Uzi Gang one.
Uzi Gang.
Uzi Vert.
That was tight.
Marty Baller.
He did that shit, and when we were recording the podcast, which is crazy, and we could talk about this in this podcast, you were flown out to LA by Lil Peep, his crew, to shoot the Day and Night Festival.
Yeah, it was Day and Night.
Day and Night Festival, which was like one of your first times. I think you said you shot him before. Like,
I'd worked with him before.
Yeah.
And then his manager kept on trying to like get us to go together, and then we finally were able to do it a day and night.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So he like came out. He's like, yeah, I haven't really like met him or whatever. Like really worked with him like one-on-one type shit. And so you're excited to do that. I had no idea who the fuck Peep was when you were talking about him. I was like, Lil Peep, what the fuck is that? And then obviously everyone probably knows by now that he passed away not too long ago, which was crazy because you then had worked with him
a few times after that too. Yeah. And we had set up. I think I was going to start like when last time I talked to him, he was like, bring you on tour. Like, gonna start working together.
Which was crazy because I know you messaged me like, dude, I have a lot of amazing photos that we took together before he passed, and like I'm nervous to like kind of put them out because I don't want it to look like you were like needing something like some sort of whatever. But you had such amazing like the photos you took of him are fucking crazy, and you have so many.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. The whole thing's been really wild, you know.
Yeah.
Like.
Because you guys, I mean, you started building a friendship, and like you said, he was about to take you on his, wasn't he?
It was going to do like a world tour.
A world tour.
So, I mean, he had other photographers too, but like he was like, we need to do this, and he was like the only photographer, like artist that I worked with. I would send him like 40 photos, and he'd post 39 of them in like a row, you know.
Yeah.
Like just think about like working with like a huge artist and like
they're just constantly pushing your shit.
Or if you sent Schoolboy Q 100 photos and then also on his Instagram you get blown up 100 times because it's like, yeah, dude, your stuff's good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know? So
damn, that's really tight.
Yeah,
and I mean, it sounded like you guys were like really building the. Because I mean, the way you guys take pictures too, you can't just like meet someone randomly and do it. You guys really found like a bond.
Yeah, I think we worked really really well together, like right off the jump. You know, like. It was funny because when I first met him at day and night, or like when we first started working together, I didn't talk to him because he was like in the back seat, and I was just kind of like in a car full of people that I didn't know who. But they're like, here, come in this van and go. So I was like sneaking photos, and like I could tell he was kind of posing and blah blah. Then we were on stage, and I was like, hey dude, I got these photos, like they're already like uploaded. Like you want to see them? And he was like, oh yeah, these are great. Like I want to post them like right now. I was like, oh my handle is like Adam DeGross. He was like, dude, I know who you are. Like chill. Like, what's up?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh okay. Like you actually know. You know, it wasn't just some weird like setup for his manager. You know,
he's like a
no,
fan
dude,
of your shit. That's crazy.
So.
Which I don't want to get off track, but like it's funny the amount of fans that you have because like they low key are creeping on you, and you just like random like. Earlier, before we started the podcast, he's talking about how like Marilyn Manson's guitar tech is a fan of you.
Yeah,
he's like, you're good for any show you want. Put you on the guest list or whatever.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's super weird.
It's crazy.
And your profile, your online presence has been massive. Like if you follow Adam or if you don't follow Adam, if you do, there's so much. You shoot such a variety of content, which is sick because you're doing. We talked about it before, but you come from like punk background and merged into hip hop. So like you're combining those two worlds. And I think people now, especially look at like where hip hop's going. Like the punk vibe is very real.
Yeah. And it came like really organically with me. Like it was just like stuff that I liked, you know, it was like, it wasn't like I was trying to make this style. It was just my style. And I was like, oh, I really like hip hop. I'm going to go to hip hop stuff. And then it blew up from there. And now like with like Suicide Boys and Lil Peep and all the, you know, like Ghost Main and all that, like it just works. Yeah, it just works because it's like that whole new wave of stuff. And then like even like Lil Uzi Vert and who has Smoke Perp and all those guys, you know, it's like they all kind of have
that whole
like
vibe.
The rock, you know, rock,
and that's
punk
like Ferg. That's why Ferg liked you because he followed you randomly, right?
Yeah. Well, I did like a photo. I took a photo of him. And that one that we had in the podcast originally, that black and white one, and he liked it. And I like looking back on it, I was like, man, that was a real like, it's cool, but like I thought I was like really bad back then, but it was cool, you know. And then like I think he just liked all the punk stuff, and I still try to do the punk and the hip hop like almost evenly, you know, because I get people talking to me like, oh yeah, all your punk stuff is so crazy, and then the punk's like, oh, your hip hop stuff is so crazy, like
yeah.
And then people are just starting to finally like connect that it's just the same thing, you know.
It's so unique too because it's like this shit exists and a lot of people just don't know about it. You know what I mean? Like for hip hop kids to have like Travis Scott become like the next punk rock kid or Vic Mensa to like be these punk rock kids, but like to have like they're stylizing punk, and then you have real punk kids that are like crust punks and shit, and that they've had this jean jacket for like 15 years. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're like buying their jean jackets and shit just to be punk. It's crazy how they merge, but then you can learn so much by like actually understanding that culture is real, and I think that that's what you portray. Yeah,
that's what someone said to me yesterday. Like you're capturing a moment in time right now with a lot of stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And who knows where it's going to go, but it was a really nice compliment,
It's crazy, man.
So.
But, I mean, going back to it, so, we leave, you go and start shooting day and night, you and Peep start building this relationship. What else did you guys shoot? Did you guys do it just strictly like mobbing photo shoots, like run around the town shit? Or was it
we did
shows?
that. I did that, did shows.
Where was the shows at? Minneapolis?
Minneapolis, and then we were planning. I was going to go out to Rolling Loud, the festival.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing I texted him about. I was like, "Hey, can I, just come to Rolling Loud?" And I mean, a lot of people. It's always super funny because I'm still very like cautious when I write people. Like, "Hey, dude, do you think it'd be cool if I come?" Like, dude, what the? Why are you talking like that?
Please
just,
pull up.
Not even like that, but just like, dude, we're friends. Like, what the fuck? Why are you like being so hesitant on stuff? And he was like, "Yeah, dude, I'd love that. Just come." And I was like, "Cool." And then a couple days later, he passed away, and it was just, instead of going to shoot the festival with him, I was shooting. We did a memorial set for him, like not me, but like Fat Nick and some of the other people in Rolling Loud that did like the actual like memorial there. Like they had like skywriters writing his lyrics and showing photos and like.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just been crazy. Like I'm just really, 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 really honored that they chose my photo, like even like his mom and his manager and the people who do it, like all of his stuff, like, especially his mom. Like
what about his mom?
She kind of was like the one who was championing like my photos a lot, and like
really?
used them for like his memorial and like stuff like the memorial like brochure and the backdrop, and like it's just crazy, because like I just he was a really, really, really kind person,
Yeah.
And like
I mean, that's crazy to just the shit that happens to people and a flick of a switch, it's fucking over with,
Yeah. I mean, it's
life.
But he left he has a lot of fans, but like I even get heated when people like write nasty comments on like my like Instagram. Like a lot of people do, sometimes they'll leave it up there just so they can get roasted or like
for sure.
But like
in like what sense? In like what sense? What
just like people just say really mean things, about
him.
Yeah, about him. Like like whatever, fuck him, blah blah. Like this dumb stuff,
It's like okay.
People, just people are trying to like some, like weirdo who wants to just get internet attention,
right?
That's just so weird about the internet. Like you can just like the weirdest people can have so much reach. Like
troll
just troll or just like you're legitimately crazy. I've run into like crazy people online who will write you just nonsense. And
it's like who are they really?
Yeah,
like
who are you?
Some dude that works at like a fucking I don't know, a microwave company or something.
Yeah.
Just sits in the office all day like, I'm going to fucking light up this kid's Instagram and talk to
Yeah, or even if you're just nuts. Like how like some people are just crazy and they have phones and they're like just write just craziness,
Damn.
But yeah, I just like it was just it's been a big like part of it's just been a big experience,
It's great. I mean, you were so close. You were literally like the closest to it in a sense, as far as like building that relationship with him, and then for him to fuck with you on that big of a level to say, "I'm going to take you on a world tour."
Yeah.
And you're supposed to go out and meet this dude, in California, which I saw you at that festival. Like, you ran into.
Yeah. And then it's crazy that the one photo that everybody kind of uses now, the one that Marshmallow uses, and the iconic black and white Peep photo that everyone kind of knows. The one that was on Times Square and all that stuff. That was the last photo I ever sent to him. Like, it was crazy because the original photo is Matt Ox, like up front, that little kid who does like the rapper. Yeah. And then Peep was in the dressing room, like a trailer, like above him, like just looking out. And I didn't even see that he was there. And I was like, oh, that's a really cool photo. I'll just crop that kid out and
use that.
Yeah, black and white. Send it to him. Like, hey, dude, I missed this photo. Like, here you go. And then he posted it, and then that was the last photo. Not the last photo he posted, but that was the last photo I sent to him.
That's crazy.
And that was the one that got.
It got huge. I mean, that photo was repurposed. Everyone's making like memes out of it, like to make like rest in peace memes and.
Or like just tattoos. Or like. I mean, it was blown up on the side of the House of Parliament in London. You know?
What do you mean? Like
they projected it onto.
What the fuck?
Yeah, for real. It was.
You have footage of that?
Yeah. Well, it's not 5 photos. Like it was on like Fader posted about it. Also, yeah, because he spent a lot of time in London. You know, like I can't speak on all of his backstory and everything because I don't know all of his the whole London connection. But I know he's had a lot of time there.
Interesting.
And yeah, it was on the House of Parliament. I mean, Post Malone got it tattooed on him. Like
he got it tattooed on him?
Yeah, he got one of my photos tattooed on him.
Because they were really tight, right?
From my understanding, yeah.
Well, I remember when he passed.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw a video of Post, like all fucked up about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
think he was like, it was a lot of people were close to him, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people were.
Yeah.
I know, like my girl, one of her clients is her name's Lena, and she's dating Adam 22, and he was always on No Jumper and shit, and like they had all the videos of them. He was just there, or whatever. So I see all that stuff, and I was like, damn, that's really crazy. There's like. He got around and knew a bunch of people, and he was still bubbling. Like I didn't know who he was really until you told me about him, and I still wasn't paying attention. And then he passed, and when you see him pass, it's like he blew up now because of that, which is that rock star like.
Yeah, I mean he was gonna blow up no matter what. Yeah, he was on the way to do it, and like he was doing fashion stuff, and he was doing all this like stuff outside of it, and like he was gonna. People were gonna know who he was, like on a grand scale, you know.
And it's just like, okay, now that's.
I mean, sometimes that's what happens, you know.
For sure.
But, you know, he left a very long. He'll be around for a long time, you know.
Yeah, it's still talked. I mean, it's talked about all the time.
Yeah.
It was like 3 months ago. People were still talking.
I still think he has more music coming out and stuff like that. I think he recorded albums.
Yeah, so. Now I'm skipping around because I still feel like we could go through the chain of events, but like Marshmello is a massive DJ for anyone who doesn't know him, producer or whatever you want to call it. He wears a marshmallow head on and plays music.
Yeah, I met him. He was cool.
Oh, you did?
Cool guy. Yeah, I met him with Post Malone.
With Post, that picture.
Yeah.
But he must have, did they record a song prior or what?
I think it was an old, or a new Peep song that was repurposed for Marshmello.
And then
Marshmello did it.
Yeah, so it's like, but it's like kind of a tribute to him in a way.
Yeah, I think I don't know. You know, I think he got all the songs, like the unreleased stuff, and then he made a song.
Crazy.
But that's that's just me. What I think. I know that's what it is.
But it was nuts because I remember you posted it, and it was literally like they promoted it using your picture, that same picture that we were just talking about, as like the cover art for it, in a sense, right? Or what was it?
The spotlight. No, I don't know. He like when he performed, he like project that photo and like he has it in his house and all this stuff.
It's crazy. But it was in fucking Times Square. Dog.
Times Square. Yeah, that was nuts. Like for me, I mean, that was like it's a dream. It's a dream come true to have a photo in Times Square. It's just upsetting that's under a certain circumstance.
No shit.
But it's still like his manager and his friends are even saying like, you know what, he gave back to, you know, he's still giving to all of his friends. You know, like, you know.
Yeah.
He's. You know, I thank Peep almost every day. You know, for
fuck yeah, man.
You know,
it's crazy.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy.
And through the relationship with him, now it's connected you with a lot of people from that, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, I think I found a lot of my audience that didn't know I existed. You know, I think a lot of Peep fans will resonate with my punk folk and all that stuff. Like, I think they are like, oh, who's this guy? I think that was my audience all along, but like they just didn't. We didn't know each other. And I mean, it would have come eventually. But, you know, it was just like, oh, this guy's, you know, like a lot of those guys who followed me after when like the Peep stuff kicked off, even when people just posted my photos like organically, like when he was around, you know. But still, even like the newer fans, they're like, oh, your stuff is cool. Like they'll start digging through my catalog and like, oh, it's really, you know, cool stuff. You know?
Crazy.
So.
Where were you at when you heard about him passing?
I was sleeping. Yeah, I was sleeping. I got a bunch of texts when I woke up because it happened at night sometime, and I woke up and I was like, I think you texted me.
Did I?
Yeah, but you were like, yeah, dude, I think Pete passed. So I was like, what? And then,
oh fuck! Yeah? I broke that news to you.
I think so.
I know I texted you about it.
Yeah, I think I saw you. It was like there was like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, I bet.
And I just looked online, and then it was people were sending me like, hey, dude, it's really cool that your photo's on Twitter. And I was like, what, the Twitter homepage? Because the black and white one?
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? I looked, I was like, Lil Peep passed. I was like, what? And then, like, I bawled.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. I think a lot. Like, it was just Yeah, it was just heavy, you know, because it always sucks when something's like so unfinished, you know?
No, for sure.
Not like our relationship, but as like a human being, you know, like he was just so ready to blow up.
How
you
old
know?
is he?
He had just turned 21.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that kid had his whole shit.
Yeah, and I'm not the be all end all of Peep knowledge or that. You know, he had a whole lot of people who were way closer, but like
this is one person's experience.
Yeah, for me, it's cool. But yeah, it was just like I remember when it was just so sad, you know.
Yeah, what'd you do right away? Did you try to reach out to the team or?
No, because it was so early. It was like 7 a.m. And I just started crying.
Damn.
Yeah, I think my girlfriend woke up. She's like, "What's wrong?" And I was just crying. Damn. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. I almost didn't even go to work. I was just like, I don't know why. It was just like, I mean, I do know why, but it was just like, it just hit, like, it was just sad, you know?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people felt that way because he was like, yeah, I think he was, even for a lot of kids, you know, he was like their person, you know? He was like the champion of like youth cult, you know, like the youth,
especially the kids that go through some shit. Like, he's done it.
Yeah, and like, you know, he was a youth when, you know, a lot of stuff was going on, you know, like, so he was just like I think a lot of the youth really was like, that's
connected.
their dude,
Wow.
you know.
Fuck.
So
then what was I mean, you kind of came up with a plan. Did you come up with a plan to just like honor him? Like, or would you just start? Because I know at one point it just started being like bang, and there was all these photos. You're like, dude, look.
I felt like I had so many good photos of him, and I talked to his manager. I was kind of holding out on posting a lot of them, because I was like, well, what do you do now? You know, like. You know, like, do you save him for stuff for his manager or his mom or this or that? And like, so the first thing I tried to do was like reach out to his mom, and I was like, I waited, like, I you know, you don't know how, I was like, I DM'd her, I was like, because I never talked to her, you know, whatever. But I was like, hey, I have all these photos, like, I'd rather you have them. And I sent her everything, you know, and she just wanted to have them, and like, she likes them, you know. But for me, then I was like, I talked to his manager, and I was like, well, what are we going to do with these photos? And he was like, well, I don't think we're going to post a lot of stuff on his account that's like just like newer photos. It's like about news that's going to have like videos or merch and whatever, you know, stuff like his newer things, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, God, well, what am I going to do with all these photos? Like, I just have them like a weight on me, you know? And like I just started posting them just to get them out to people and like to like fans and stuff like that. And like a lot of people were writing me, be like, "Hey, this is really nice. You know, I appreciate it." You know, blah, blah,
I remember looking at the comments, and they were like, "People are so grateful." Holy
Yeah.
shit! Who knew that there? Like, maybe at that point you would assume that this artist had already posted all the shit that he had. I don't know. I think a lot of people don't understand how much stuff's in the bank.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like,
because I still have probably like 200 photos of him that people haven't seen. It just like because like I just don't. It just almost like a weight to be like I don't want them to like be just in my hard drive.
Right.
You know, I'd rather just here you go, take them. You know. But then when I started posting, I was like, God, I don't want to post all these photos all the time because it just looks a certain way. But then I was like, fuck. Like I was just like, fuck it. You know, I'll post it, and if you know some people say negative things, whatever. It's not like I've never made a dime. I've never made 1 cent off of Pete. You know,
really?
We were just friends. You know, and like I just have all these photos, and I was like, man, I just want to get them out. So like even today I posted one because it's been in like my like saved story, like saved post or whatever. It's like screw it, I'll just post it now. Like get it out. Just here you go. Now all the fan pages are posting them, and
so what they're just like
they'll reuse them and stuff. And so it's like you know it's something for the fans to like just have new stuff. You know, it's like there's a new photo of Kurt Cobain. Not saying Peep and Kurt are the same person, but like. Or here's a new photo of, Jimi Hendrix or something. You know, it's like, that's cool. You know, it's like for
so
fans.
Rare.
You know,
it's a rarity.
And, you know, it's just, you know,
Dude, look at this. Like, all right, so I'm on my Instagram right now looking at because I saw you post it. I was taking shit before we started this thing. I saw you post it. I liked it. But like, there's already like so many comments within just like an hour of this being up. It says. Fuck, this is a cool picture. Thanks for sharing these with us, Adam. It helps a lot to cope with him being gone. Love you and all you do, dude. That's from Young God DS or something. But like, there's so many comments that are like that are just like, thank you
Yeah, and I think that helps with like certain with people, who want new content from someone.
Yeah.
That
It's cool that they can rely on you to provide that, at least to have something.
And I tried so hard to get his manager to just post them somewhere else or post them in some thing or
Tumblr or something like
Tumblr. But then I thought about doing Tumblr, and I was like, well, I don't want them to just be a big bulk thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want them to breathe on their own and.
Well, and by Instagram, when you share an image, it's I can really sit with that for a second and look at what it is. But when you do see a folder of 150 pictures, and I'd be like, cool.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I have to leave. You know what I mean?
And I mean, if they post them on Peep's page, whatever. But it's I guess it's just I have them. I need to get them out to people.
No, I think they're fucking incredible. And
I love them. I loved shooting Peep. It was so much fun because he just had he was we worked just really. We could tell it was just instantly
yeah.
Let's just
connected.
we just connected
Like this picture, dude, he's such a fucking weirdo. He's pulling his mouth apart and he's showing his grill and shit. And he's so energetic and animated. He's a perfect person to take photos of.
Yeah, I think we just had a lot of fun when we took photos together.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's gonna be other photos that are gonna pop up from other photographers and people who did videos and stuff. But I'm just glad that I could be a part of his career in some way. You know.
Yeah. So have you looped in with his team since then?
Oh yeah. I talked to them all. They're the guys who brought me out here to LA today.
Oh, for this show.
So. Yeah.
Oh, dope! I didn't realize that was who the.
Yeah, it's the company is called The Hive.
The Hive.
Yeah, so they do a lot of management, a lot of merch and stuff like that. So
crazy.
Yeah, they're the ones who do my web store now. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So since our first podcast, I don't think you had a website. So
I have a web store now where we do prints.
Ooh,
yeah, I know.
what?
But we do kind of the drop. We do
Random.
10.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then we'll drop them.
Yeah.
And then they'll sell out, and then we're gonna do another drop soon. And
last time I told Adam to get a fucking website, and he's all he did would say, "Hey, I have these pictures. Whoever wants them, just message me, and I'll sell it." So he was literally having to deal with IG messages to
The Hive, thehive.com.
That's where you find it all?
Yeah. Not all of it, but some of the selects.
Yeah, check out
the hot shots.
There's some good shit in there.
Yeah, dude.
Go buy some shit from Adam because fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
So since then, all that happens. You're still in Minneapolis. You're still if you guys don't understand what Minneapolis in the way that the United States is formulated, you have LA, New York, and Chicago. And then you have Minneapolis, which is north. Or north.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Northwest.
East? Or northwest, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So where I'm from in Iowa, I live 3 hours from Adam. So I would come up there all the time and hang out with Adam when we were younger. And he would just destroy that fucking area as far as promoting shows. And we talked about this in the first podcast. So from that, he's built up such a reputation. And then he starts bringing his cameras and shooting these shows. And now all of a sudden he's shooting every fucking show. Literally every show he'll pull up, try to get in, do what he can to get in, get some shots, get them out there as quick as possible. A lot of artists notice that. That's how you started. The Ferg thing happened, all that shit. And you shot all these major festivals to the point where now you literally you've won awards for being the illest photographer.
Yeah,
and
I guess.
Motherfucker got his shit on a PBR can, which we talked about before. The PBR can thing is so lit. Yeah. Rolling Stone hires you for the Super Bowl
party. That was crazy.
That was fucking crazy to see when you post the screenshot and it says photos by Adam.
Yeah, well, I even got to hire a whole team.
Really?
I had a whole photo team work under me.
So what'd you do? Yeah, explain. Go through that night. Why did you need a photo team? What was the goal?
Well,
what did they need from you?
I mean, it was branding. They wanted certain things. They wanted certain shots. They wanted coverage of people entering. They wanted coverage of the certain products being used. They wanted the live stuff. They wanted backstage. They wanted, you needed.
And what was this? It was a club or something?
It was a repurposed, kind of a hall area.
So they had performances.
Yeah, it was Migos, T-Pain, and 21 Savage.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it's a good lineup.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's funny because I literally sometimes I tell people this you never know what could happen if you just send someone a message,
Yeah.
And that's why people are always so blown away when I'll answer a DM. I'm like, dude, I don't get very many.
Yeah.
It's not I'm fucking.
I still don't even get that many, and when I do, it's just 5.
Yeah, and
you
it's
know?
like, yo, it's not that bad. And
Yeah.
like, we're not fucking Kanye or
No.
whatever. Like, if you send a message, like, we'll probably see it.
Probably, yeah, I mean, if you want to say something crazy, I'll probably read it.
So I've done it. I've done like the shameless, hey man, check it out. I
Yeah.
can do this for you or whatever. I've done that shit. I did it once to Eminem. I saw his recap video he posted and I was like, that is so bad. I remember seeing it. I was like, that was so bad. And I messaged him like, hey, that was really bad. I'm good at this. I promise you, like, let me shoot this shit for you. Never heard anything back. And I was like, I don't expect it to. And then I just did it the other night for T-Pain. For some reason, dude, for like the last month and a half, I felt like I needed to
Connected
interview
to
him.
T-Pain?
Yeah, I need to interview him. Because like he's just
here. He just did a show last night.
I saw that. That's why I messaged him. I said, hey, man, I see you in Santa Ana or whatever. Like, I feel like I got to do it. He didn't hit me back. But you never know. He might see that next week.
Damn, you should have told me. I had to connect for that.
For the show?
No, the guy who opened that A1 Bentley guy, or A1's.
I don't know.
Some guy. He wrote me asking to like work with me and shit.
That's
so
tight.
but he was the opener for that.
I don't know. See, put it out there. We'll see. I guarantee you T-Pain will be on this Black Window podcast. I promise.
That'd be fun, I think.
I think it'd be dope. I remember watching him say some shit. It was like a video he just live streamed, I think, and he was talking about where we're at in production and creating content and the way videos can be making. He's like, you could spend $500,000 and get 1 million views, or he's like, you could spend $1 million. What was it? Like 100K and get 1 million views on a music video, or you could spend like $600 on an iPhone and post a video and get 5 million views on a video. He's like, that's the difference, and you have to figure out when and where to like play with the shit. I don't know. It was a really cool conversation they was having. I was like, dude, this dude's just, you forget how knowledgeable this motherfucker was and how smart he was with his talents. We're talking about this. Anyway, that's why I want you on the show, T-Pain. So if you're listening to this because you like Adam, please,
come on out,
please get on this hot seat next.
Do it for me.
Yeah, goddamn it.
T-Pain.
Come on, dog.
I'll post a photo of you.
No, but anyway, so you put together a full photo team.
Yeah.
So how many dudes did you have with you? Females too?
Yeah, there was. 3 other shooters besides myself, so 4 shooters and an on-site editor.
Oh shit! So you're turning around content at the thing, huh?
Yeah. Well, I knew they wanted everything at like 8 a.m., so I didn't want him to be like screwed. You know?
Who?
The editor.
Oh, right.
You know, like at the end of the night, you have to go through all the
Everything.
photos. Like, so we were just constantly dropping off SD cards, switching them out. He'd pull some, start pulling the best shots, and
sick.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was cool. It was, and I loved it because I got to go home and go to bed, and he had to be up till like 6 a.m. like editing. Like
that's what the check's for.
Yeah, dude.
Damn. So what was that? Because that's probably like, is that one of your bigger brand deals that you've done?
Yeah, that was for sure. Like where they hit me up. Like the PBR thing was huge, but then like the Rolling Stone thing was like a dream come true almost. You know, I was like, this is Rolling Stone magazine. They're writing me. Like obviously it's because the Super Bowl was in Minnesota, and they found me somehow through my stuff and blah blah blah. But still, it was cool.
But I mean, the PBR thing was like after the fact, right? Like you had already shot the photos. And
I had already done that. But this was like, they hired me. I had to create it.
Yeah, that's
do it.
crazy.
Yeah,
that's so much trust for a magazine. And they've worked with everyone in the world, so they could have just sent any photographer.
Flew in anybody, you know.
Yeah, like, oh, we trust this guy. He won't fuck it up. We could send this guy, but no, they chose you.
Yeah, that was. I was like, wow, like they put a lot of trust in me for their Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
It's huge, you know?
You could have easily just said, fuck it, I'm going to keep all the money and try to do everything yourself. Do you feel like it was the best decision of your life to build
yeah, 100%. It was so easy, and it was cool to like have like friends that are also in the photo world, like give them something, you know, because a lot of times sucks, but we don't get paid as much as we should, or even at all, or get jobs that we should, you know what I'm saying? But like, and they're good. People are good. These people are all so good. You know, I was like, I would rather have them. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just come do it, and they killed it. Every single one of them killed it. You know.
What the Post Malone shit? What happened with Post? Because I know you started shooting more shit with Post.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been that was one of the people that helps him out with his social media. Has been a fan of my stuff from when I shot him at Soundset a long time ago. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And then I was at Day and Night, and I did photos, and then the guy who helps with his social media, he's like, oh man, it's so good that you were there. Like, we love your photos. Here you go. Like, cool. Like, just send them over, and we'll see, you know, if we can post them or whatever. And then we just got to talking, and then it was going to go out to Rolling Loud, and I was going to work with Peep and the first day, and then the second day with Post.
Oh, right.
like just cause, you know. And then I went out to Rolling Loud again, and then I just worked with Post, and we got along so well.
Yeah,
he's a really nice guy.
I feel like he probably would be a nice guy.
He's super cool.
Yeah,
like he's one of the nicest dudes I've worked with. Him. Like I'm not just saying that. Like I will tell you the truth, but he's so nice. Like, we just talked about Black Flag and Bad Brains and like punk music.
Real punk shit.
But man, he's just everybody seems to love him, you know?
It's crazy, right?
Like he's cool. And then his show was so good, and
I want to see his live show.
He's good.
Because it's really crazy how he really got thrown into it if you look at his career, because it's like he blew up off White Iverson, starts playing club appearances basically, and then goes to tour with Bieber. Yeah,
because I saw his first time in Minnesota when he was just off of White Iverson on that little mixtape.
Yeah.
He did White Iverson first, 3 songs, then White Iverson again. And that was that.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, he only probably had a few songs.
And that's all the people really wanted.
But yeah, and then we started then at he was going to be at the Maxim party the day after the Rolling Stone party in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
So then I met up with him there, and we just did photos. And
sick.
It was cool. I like his whole team. I like working with them.
Do you think you could see yourself going on tour with them or anything like that in the future?
I hope.
That'd be sick, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to.
No, we put it out in the. This is the podcast to put things in the atmosphere. Adam would like to go on tour with Post. All right.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll do a follow-up in another.
Bobby,
yeah,
Bobby, come on, buddy.
Come on,
I know you're championing me.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
We'll only cut the snippet out and put it on socials, just like us saying, "Hey, so can you please?" No, I think that'd be good. And you guys, the photos that you have are so sick. And like, he's got such a weird Western look. You know what I mean? Like that. I feel you capture very well because it's
I just have fun. You know, I think that's. I don't know. I think it's like I don't like to toot my own horn or anything like that, but like I think that's why like a lot of people like my stuff because I can adapt. I'll still have my own style, but I'll do it for them.
Yeah,
you know? And like I won't go too far out of their realm, and I won't go too far out of mine. And I can, if I'm shooting a photo for, a Post Malone, I'll make it look like something that he would want to use or like something that works well with him. You know?
Yeah.
And
have you been put in situations where you've had to make content for artists or brands that isn't your style at all, and you have to decide, or have you always fought for your vision?
Even the Rolling Stone thing. I mean, like they wanted very clean photos, you know.
So what'd you do?
I did very clean photos.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know?
So you
that's it.
out.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, cool.
Totally. I mean, I'm not gonna.
No, I mean,
there's a time and place to take your stand for your art, but like sometimes it's like. Whatever, it's cool.
Did you cop any images like throughout that Rolling Stone thing that you would say is more your vibe that you could share on your social?
Yeah, I mean, I have done like there's like 21 Savage portrait I did.
Yeah.
Some of the Migos stuff that I'll send them one style and I'll post something different on mine just because.
Yeah.
I don't need to be that starting a internet argue or get email back and forth like I believe in this black and white crazy photo right now. It's like.
Some people do though. Dude.
Yeah, it's cool. That. I mean, sometimes I will do that on certain things. I'm like, no, this is the way it's gonna be. The hands down, period, done. Like that's it. But like this, I was like, they're paying me. They want it
for sure.
They want it this way.
Damn.
So sometimes you gotta just, and it's not even just gotta do it. Just like okay, challenge yourself as an artist to. Do what they want, even if it's like a clean photo of something where it looks polished and a branding thing or brands would want to use it and whatever.
What was the last festival you were at? I was like trying to pull up your Instagram real quick.
Oh, what was the last festival?
How'd you get linked up?
Rolling Loud?
Was it Rolling Loud? Was that where it was? That was funny running into you. I was like, I come around the corner and Adam's just standing there. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
The fuck? And then while we're talking to each other, then another kid's coming up like, dude, I listen to the podcast. I'm like, oh, then you must have heard Adam. He's like, oh shit. And I'm like linking him in right there.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Some kid wrote me last night being like, dude, do you think you could hook me up with Ben? I was like, maybe.
With what?
Just he's a photographer. He's kind of he's driven.
Come through, bro.
Yeah. He has some stories.
Bro. This is a podcast where dreams come true.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it now. Look.
Yeah. I think he has some horror stories about working with some people, so it'd be kind of fun.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Name drop him.
I might. No, I don't want to. I don't want to get him in trouble.
Last night was tight too because my friend TF had an event. I don't know when this will drop comparative to what day it is right now, but my friend TF did his album drop thing yesterday, and it was sick because we were there and a bunch of people that were there listening to the podcast. And then this dude was talking. I could not think of his name.
I can't think of it either. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's Adam.
He wrote me. It is Adam.
Is it Adam?
Yeah, I remember Adam.
So
yeah,
shout out to Adam.
Yeah.
Adam with long hair. He does. He shoots like all the images for G-Pen. He's like their photographer and shit. And so he's like, dude, I fucking listened to the Black with No Cream podcast. The shit that you did with Adam. Like I didn't know Adam. Like I listened to that shit, and it's like everything that we talked about is like so. That's my life. He's like, I've gone through that, or I did this, and it's just cool as fuck to hear people like have impact from just us having a conversation.
I've gotten messages like really. It was incredible how many messages I got like talking about Black with No Cream.
Crazy.
I was sending you screenshots.
I know. I loved it. I was like,
it was cool.
Because it was really cool because it was like the third episode. So I was really nervous that this was going to be, it wasn't going to work. I'm like, yo, it's a lot to ask someone to listen to someone talk for an hour and a half or something like that. Like, it's intense. So I didn't know if people would see the benefit, but the shit that we talk about in this shit, like, this one's fun because it's just us catching up or whatever since the time, but it's like when you really sit down and look at it, it's like there's so much value in the shit that you guys all say to me. You know what I mean? Like I learned shit from you guys.
I learned from some of your podcasts too.
It's crazy tools.
Yeah,
I love this shit.
Yeah. I directed people towards one of your podcasts when they write me because I get messages every like day about like how do you get into shows?
Oh, the
and
Keem
photos.
podcast.
Yeah, I was like Keem. He's the person that you should be talking to, not me.
Yes.
It's like I'm a photographer. Like,
yes.
I like some people ask me to be like my intern, and I'm like, what?
Dude, do it.
Well, how? What would I do?
Dave's editing this right now. He's my intern.
You
don't know. You could have had an intern that I don't know. Fuck, you figure it out.
Push the button.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, there's so many things because then you could have like I don't know. We'll talk about it. But okay,
I'm not talking down on interns.
No,
I'm just
first
saying
off,
me.
get an intern to build you a fucking website.
That's true.
Okay, please.
Okay.
Then put your web store on.
Allowed to anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
They could package your merch for you. And shit.
Yeah. I know.
I'm not saying cut out the middleman, but like, just saying you got interns.
Yeah.
The interns are very like ready to learn. Plus, it's just the fact that you could mentor. Like that's why I
like mentor. I'll write people. I write like kids will ask me to like answer questions and stuff like that. And I'll do it.
Have you ever let a kid like shadow you at a show? It's kind of hard.
No, I've never had a kid. No, I've gotten people photo passes though.
Yeah.
Like when people, I couldn't do something. I was like, hey, this kid's really good, and you should talk to him instead of me because I can't do it, or maybe sometimes I just don't want to. And then this kid started shooting for that thing,
Crazy.
Whatever. It's like something that I wouldn't personally want to do all the time, but he got in now. Now he shoots shows.
You think you could ever see yourself putting together like a company?
Man, I feel like I need to have you do that for me.
I just told him earlier before the show, I'm like, let me manage you, dog, because I can fucking. You're so valuable. You're so valuable, and you're too fucking humble.
I know, dude. It's fucked up.
It's crazy.
It is.
What is your current job right now besides shooting photos? I'm gonna put you on pressure. This is how crazy
still
this is.
Still the same.
Listen
job.
to my podcast when we started. Adam works at a grocery store.
Yo, it's only been like 4 months, man.
Hey, but in 4 months. All right, let me point this out. In 4 months' time, you went from like 20,000 followers to like damn near 60,000 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which is fucking enough you could get a fucking protein shake or some shit and start flaunting it around and probably get some money for it, dog.
I need to.
Like, that could start paying your rent and all your shit. But
I'm starting to get money to come in now. It's starting to make a little bit more sense, but like...
He's starting to build up the business part. But that's like the hardest part, huh? Is like understanding your value as a photographer.
For sure.
That's a weird thing to make money on.
It's hard, because like, I mean, nothing gets everybody, because everyone's hungry right now and trying to do photos, but it's like, there's a lot of people who do stuff for free and they'll undercut you. And then some people will be like, well... Yeah. Whatever. But I mean, like now I can kind of pick and choose my battles, and I can do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But still, like coming up, it was so hard, like to even ask for $100 to do photos because they're like, well,
come on,
over there will do it for free.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of started to look at it like this because there are so many kids that are willing to do shit for free. I'm trying to tell them to fucking know their worth.
Yeah.
Like, I get the opportunities there. Everyone's done it, but if we all kind of champion for the idea that our art's worth money, then that should never happen. We shouldn't ever have to get to I'm absolutely free. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? There should be a way to push for it, but like at the same time,
I think a lot of people don't even like artists or their managers or something like that. Like I've been really, really, really lucky in my career, you know, and stuff like that. And like, but early on, like people don't understand how much photographers go through to get that little laminate, you know, like some of them will drive 5 hours on a maybe, you know, like just to maybe get to shoot a show for free. Yeah. You know, just for 3 songs for 15 minutes, you know?
Crazy, right?
You know, it's like, it's crazy, you know?
I feel like I remember sometimes, I'm trying to remember the one where there's this, maybe I talked to you about this on the podcast. I don't know. I've said the story a few times, but this kid was in our green room.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Like,
and that was, and I was just like,
sat there all day.
That's the hustle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, people don't realize how much people do to like help the artists out, you know, almost, you know, it's like, it's cool that people just want to take photos and stuff like, but those are the people that will eventually make it, I think, you know,
absolutely.
instead of,
I know.
Like, give me PhotoPass now.
That's what I think. And I think also if you're an artist or brand that's willing to say like, fuck it, I'm going to take the free kid instead of pay for the talent that I like. Hey, can you do something like this person's work? Mm-hmm. Cool. Good luck. Like, go do your thing. Mm-hmm. I'll be over here doing what I do, and we'll both win, I guess. But
I'm lucky. I've started working with a lot of people who kind of like my style and like me.
That's what I'm saying. You've got such a distinct like look. You know what I mean? Like, your photos are just so fucking wild too. And you're always in a really wild scenario. Like, I know you sent me this picture today and it was
it was like, craziness. It was a very crazy photo.
It was insane, but it just was like such a street, like hole in the wall type of
it was a very crazy photo that I have a lot of kids who follow me now and look up to me. Yeah. That I deleted it pretty quick because I was like, I don't want to promote something crazy like this.
But it's still like,
it's cool. It's a cool photo that like eventually if I do like a gallery like something, I'll put that up.
Could we see what it was?
It was a dude doing drugs.
He was doing drugs and the photo just looked so raw and like real, and he like was doing the drugs, and then Adam was in a scenario where the dude literally next to him was like, yo,
so take a photo of me, and he pulled out a gun. And it was like, take a photo of me with this like gun. So I'm in this room with like
how the fuck? That's what I'm saying.
Because those people knew who I was from my photos. They're like, yeah, dude, we love your shit. Like, you're like that guy that like you're like capturing this like raw punk stuff and like the hip hop shit. Like, we love it. Come take this photo real quick. Right. Man. We trust you to do it. I'm like, it's cool. And like when I was younger, I would have like posted that right away, being like, this is crazy. Like. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't want to promote like.
Yeah, the fact that that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool image for sure. Like, I like it, and like, maybe I'll post on Tumblr or something like that. But like, I don't want to post on Instagram where there's like kids who follow me and like having. Yeah, I don't want them to be like, oh, it's cool to do that. It's like, for me, it's like that was like a moment in time, a crazy looking photo.
The fact that you were in a room because people were fans of your shit, and then they're willing to do like something so extreme in front of you
for a photo.
To help you. Like,
well, he was going to do it anyways. Like, just come take a photo of it. I was like, well, what? I guess like kind of like a street, like I kind of came up like in like I never did drugs like that or really at all, but like I was around craziness all the time. But like, I was like, and I think those people, anywhere from people like that to people like fucking at the top, you know, superstars. Like see, you know, find value in my work, in my photos. Like, they're like, okay, yeah, we trust you to do that, and we trust you to do it. So there's like,
it's crazy range. Yeah. And I think that's like goes in hand with your image, because I feel like your photos always look so wild that you could pull that type of like vibe out of a room. You know what I mean? Like, if something's lit, like, it's just, who's this picture with the guy with the long ass hair, and he's like, you just posted it with the teeth.
Oh yeah, that was this band called Kate Moss.
Kate Moss.
It was almost like an art experiment. Yeah, but it's Moss with like the money signs at the end. I don't know. As fuck.
But just like the way this guy looks, he's got the cigarette, his teeth are missing, his hair's crazy, his neck's tattooed, and it's just a wild image. And it's like, most people don't go out of their way to like capture these things. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I just asked him, and he was like, yeah, dude, I fuck with your stuff super heavy. I like those. And they'll start pointing out. I was like, it's crazy. It's super crazy. Because like, I still forget, you know, that people like my photos, you know?
Crazy.
I mean, I know people do, but like, I I realize how many people actually do. You know.
Well, in the last photo you posted, there was like 4,000 likes in an hour, so I think a lot of people like you.
Yeah.
What's your go-to? What's your setup right now for photography? What's in your bag? What's in Adam's bag?
Sony A7R2 and then a series of lenses.
Did the A7? Is there an A7R3 now?
Yeah,
or is it the
and then there's
A7S?
A9.
Oh yeah, the A9 too.
Do you want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
So.
Please don't tell me Sony's gonna give you a bunch of free cameras.
No, it's not. It's not. It was really cool for a second, and then it was not cool.
What?
So I was at this like DJ night or something, and at the end, I was friends with the DJ, and I was just hanging out after, and I was sitting, and I looked around, and there was a camera just sitting on a table, like just sitting right there, and I was like, no one else is here. What's going on? Like, so I went over there, and it was a Sony A9 just sitting on the table.
What the fuck?
Like pristine. I was like looking around. I was like, "Is there where?" I was like, "Yo, is this yours?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Do you know whose it is?" She's like, "No." And I looked through the photos. Like, there's nothing that you could tell like whose it was. It was like 3 photos and like a video of that night. And like, so I went to the front and be like, "Hey, does anyone work here? Do they have a camera?" I didn't like show them or anything. I was like, "Do you have like a big camera, like a camera sitting on the table?" And they're like, "No." I was like, so I walked around, tried to find everybody. I was like, hey, dude, I'm going to like keep this, like not like keep it, but I'm going to hold on to it. Like, because I didn't want to tell him what it was because I don't want him to like.
Oh, cool. Let me have that.
Yeah. And then like it never heard from again, you know? I was like,
what?
So that's what I'm saying. I was like, post it online, talk about it. Like, we got to find out whose camera this is. And like, I mean, I'm going to play around with it when no one fucking, you know, because I got $6,000 fucking setup. God. And so I'm like, kind of using it, and then a couple days later, this kid writes me. He's like, "You have my camera?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." Like, I was never gonna like steal it, but I was like, we were like actively trying to find out whose it was, you know. But
this is in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
wow.
And he was like, "He's like, you have my camera?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, yo, come over. Like, I'll have it. Yeah, like just come over." He's like, he comes over. He's like, "Dude, I was in a car accident. I got a concussion. I just wandered off and forgot all my stuff." And like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. So like apparently his backpack was stolen, but no one really knew how much the camera was worth because it's like smaller or whatever. Yeah, it looks like
a piece of shit.
Yeah,
it's really
like a $6,000 camera. So I was like, because I didn't want to tell anybody at the place how much it was or what it was, you know.
Then someone that fucking kid's gonna steal it.
Yeah, they're just gonna jack it. And I was like, dude, it's crazy. He was like, yeah, dude, I got in this car accident. And I just didn't even know where I was, and I just wandered off, and then someone came and picked me up.
Did he know who you were when you got there?
Yeah.
So he had already knew who you were.
Yeah, he texted me like his name was Jake, and I was like, "Yo," he was like, "You have my camera," and I was like, "Oh, dude, it was your camera." Oh, crazy!
Damn, that's fucking nuts.
So it was like, I mean, I don't know, man.
What goes around comes around, man. Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
I don't know where that story came from, but it was funny. It was crazy.
Oh, I was asking what's in your bag.
Oh yeah, so I almost had an A9.
Was in his bag.
Almost had it, but yeah. So I want to get that
AR2. You have the what lenses?
Just a few of them.
Oh, you have like a couple of lenses now?
I don't like to tell all my setup.
Really?
No, I don't always talk about it.
Do you have like old glass, or do you have like it's just like a couple lenses that you like to use?
I don't know.
Ooh, I like that. He's holding out. Damn. I feel like my go-to was 2470 2.8. I like that, and that was just like go-to for fucking everything. And then I always use a 14 mil. That's like my favorite trick. Make shit look.
I'm not even like that gear savvy.
No.
So.
But I mean, it's just like those two lenses. The only other one I really want is a 7200 because it's clutch for like big festivals. Like, have you ever had that? Or
I usually only use like one lens all the time.
Dude, I use the 70 to 200 when I shot Kendrick at Coachella, and my friend happened to give me the booster or whatever, like the 2x zoom or whatever, and that shit saved everything because I was the way they had the pyro built, you were so far away from Kendrick that I was like, fuck, this looks so stupid with like just a 200 mil, and then it became a 400, and I was like, like right there, awesome. Yeah, just that shit was dope.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite photos of yours when he was like coming down the wall or whatever.
I love that.
That was so
fucking sick.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Adam's not gonna give up the juice in this one. Maybe in the third podcast, I'll get what's in Adam's bag.
Number 3, yeah.
What's next for you though?
Just hopefully keep doing. So I have some things in the works, some stuff.
Is your goal to tour? You would like to tour more often?
I want to,
or to tour.
I'd like to. I guess I kind of just want to be respected, you know.
Yeah.
Not like I need respect, but like just be able to take photos and live off of that and get jobs.
Dude, You will be for sure.
Yeah, it'll come. But I have a few things. Maybe another music video because I did that other Ghostmane one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Right.
That's at 3 million views.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I did that one for $300. Like I made it, the whole
shit.
thing. Yeah, 3 million.
$100 for each million views.
Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy. $300.
Yeah.
What was the video?
Just
what,
like a warehouse, crazy punk looking thing.
Was it 300 just spending for the warehouse?
Just stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
just like random shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Just raw.
See, guys, you can do a lot with the little.
That's right.
Fucking crazy.
But I have a few like kind of bigger things in the works that I don't want to say yet, but.
Rolling Stone's going to send you with the next president.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's skip this first president.
Yeah, that's the first one.
We'll book Adam for like fucking 10 years from now.
Yeah, hopefully.
I had asked, I got like I don't know, maybe a couple questions from Black with No Cream just to ask you a few off top questions. And I know you told people you were going to be here, so I got some of your DMs. That's right. So Black with No Cream people said, Devin said, what's the most creative type of photography out there and why in your opinion?
I really like people who do like really, really good street photography, like just like really crazy. Like I just think I like they bring stuff out of like just everyday life, and you can see that people who can actually see like the art in just the day to day,
right?
And that's really cool to me.
Is there anyone that in specific that people could look up?
This dude Daniel Shea.
Daniel Shea.
SHEA.
Check him out.
And I think a lot of stuff might be kind of posed now, but a lot of his earlier stuff was kind of. I don't want to speak on. I don't know, but it's beautiful. It's some of the most beautiful photography I've ever seen in my life.
Daniel Shea.
Yeah.
All right, look it up. Daniel Shea. I'm gonna look that up too. My homie Travis Lloyd, who was on the podcast too, he said, "What type of events, locations, or organizations do you like to get plugged in when you are in your hometown in order to keep the creative vibes flowing and staying connected to like-minded people who have similar mindsets and visions for growth? What type of events, locations, or organizations do you like to get plugged in with?"
I mean, there's always just like little collectives of like art people that like. I think going to like cooler events or like art events or like cool like little pop-ups or cool different types of shows and being around different people, you know. Yeah,
you're very social. Like you get around and do a lot.
Yeah. So just going to as many things as you can, like go to different things. So if you just sit in one spot, you're gonna just rot there,
right.
You know.
Right.
Like you're not gonna learn anything new, and you're just gonna. So I think you just try to keep moving and
for sure
go to different don't pigeonhole yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
This is my question. What's one piece of advice you could give to someone about networking with promoters?
With promoters?
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice you can give? To build relationships or what?
Yeah, because promoters are the ones who can get you the photo passes.
It's the key to everything.
Yeah, everything. It's promoters. That's what I use.
Mm-hmm.
Just when you if you can go through like a different start shooting a few shows, and then like if you're good, then start talking and be like, hey, here's my photos. Like I can do this for your show. You know, blah blah blah. And maybe. Instead of coming off as really I need to do it right now, talk to them how you can help with the event, you know, why you should be there.
Right.
Instead of just give me a photo pass now, please, because
yeah,
you know.
Because I love this guy.
I love it. I need it. I need my you know, whoa, I want to post it. Whoa, you know, it's hey, if you can make the show look crazy or good or this or that, it works for the promoter, you know.
That's tight. And they can use that. I mean, often these guys will use it to promote their company, what they're doing, their shows, and show how cracking the shit was. So if you can, I'll give this to you for free if you let me come in here, and then try to be like, hey, I was dope last time. Can I get paid? Yeah. Seems to work for a lot of people. Phil Allen, he says, what type of advice would you give to someone who's looking to do what you're blessed to be doing?
I always tell people this, and they never listen to me. Ever, because they're just so hungry for it. But I'm like, just wait, you know, just do your thing and wait, and don't go so gung ho and trying to yeah, you took a few cool photos, great, but is this what you want to represent as this is how you want to represent yourself with just these photos.
Right.
Like, build up your whole catalog, and then people start to know you. It's not like if you really want to do it, it's not like there's no deadline, there's no like time limit.
No,
you don't need to do it next week.
Right.
If you want to wait, it might take you 2 years or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10.
Yeah.
But if you want it, your time will come eventually, and know your worth and try to at least maybe try to get paid a little bit. But
I feel like you're a prime example of this because you've been doing photography for as long as, like, since I was in fucking high school.
Yeah.
I remember being in high school, coming up to Minneapolis, playing shows, and you would take pictures of our shows. And this is before photography was like a trendy thing to do. Like,
I really was probably one of the first people of the new like wave of.
For sure.
Stuff.
You'd be the only person with I remember you did it, and then it started to inspire the kids in our scene, because then we had like my homie Dallas Salmons who started shooting photos. I remember he started doing it.
I remember that kid.
Boston Tony. He started doing it in Colombia, so he was doing those photos in there. And that just, you set the bar for it, because then people are like, oh, these are dope, and we just see them on like message boards and shit. But look how far you've come before like the true success of your photography actually started to
it's like
happening
recent.
now.
Yeah, it's like
happening
now.
now.
I mean, I started when I was 18 and I turned 31 yesterday.
31. Yesterday was your birthday?
Yeah.
Woo! Happy birthday, dog.
Thanks,
I
man.
forgot you had a whole party out here and everything. I didn't know because I saw it
You're probably,
commented and it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You're probably doing 18 vlogs, posts, and videos.
Fuck, I don't know. Tommy Corral says, what inspired his use of negative space? Also, please thank him for the look into Peep's incredible life and tell him I'm sorry for the loss.
I just love negative space. I think it's cool. I think if you can build, like, it brings your eye to the person, and I just like the rule of thirds a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just,
Do you use a flash?
a
lot or no?
No, not a lot.
Me either.
Sometimes.
I kind of want to learn more flash photography. I'm not that good at it.
It all depends. It can be really annoying, or it can be really annoying to the artist.
Yeah.
And a lot of clubs don't even allow it.
No, for sure.
But I was using it because I was always in like really dark rooms with like punk stuff.
Yeah.
But
that was like Okay, word. Those are Black with No Cream questions. I just want to see what everyone else asked. These are all in your DMs. So I had Adam screenshot and send them to me. Oh, this one was for me, but this person said, I hate my life, 616 asked. I know. Please, could you ask Adam how he first met Lil Peep? We already kind of talked about that. And tell him I love his work. So this one's just a compliment at this point. Maddis Darks said, what's the hardest part about shooting at shows, and what was your favorite show to shoot?
What is the hardest part? Just there's not really like a lot of hard. Just getting into the shows is the hard part. Once you're like, I never think I'm gonna have bad photos. I would just wonder like how good of photos I'm gonna get.
That's
I'm
dope.
never like
That's a dope perspective.
Yeah, that's true. I'm like never like scared going to take photos at all ever.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I hope I get the best photo today.
Right.
Instead of good photos.
That's a good challenge for everyone that's listening. You should only think like that. Damn, I'm going to start thinking like that. I guess maybe I was, but maybe I didn't think about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think when I first started touring with Q, I would overshoot for the idea that I was like nervous I wouldn't have bangers. Like I was like, I don't know his set yet. I don't know when he's going to do this. Like I'm playing with new lights and shit. Like, so I'd overshoot. And then my challenge became like, shoot fucking way less.
Yeah.
Like only shoot when you know the moment's going
annoying.
to happen.
Yeah.
And that should help me out a lot. All right, last question. Fuck, there's two more. All right, Super Duper Juice says, what was your family friends' reaction when you first told them that you wanted to be a photographer and videographer shooting concerts and artists? Do you have anything like that?
Who's calling me?
I don't even want to answer.
Oh, no.
They probably can't even hear that shit. All right, Adam's going to...
No, I'll talk to him in a second.
All right, well, don't mind this ringtone in the back. Noob.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
Fuck a podcast, noob.
Listen.
It's happened to me like twice.
Yeah.
Family's reaction.
They're cool with it. I kind of threw away a lot of normalcy, like early on.
Yeah.
Like with this photo stuff, and I think that really kind of scared my parents, but they never said anything about it. Like, I think they kind of. But now my parents think it's really cool.
I
Like
bet.
they actually really think it's like my dad thinks it's cool shit.
Does your dad drink PBR?
No.
Just like show up.
Yeah.
Look,
No,
I made it.
I mean, it's. I think now, like, if you're a parent, you just gotta like you're just like supportive all the time. Like, I think now they know, like, no matter what, this is it.
Yeah.
Whoops, like it's
That's
either
funny.
gonna go or not. You
Yeah.
know? And like I feel like I'm kind of making them proud a little bit now.
Yeah.
Then, like I told myself I was gonna give myself till I was like 29, 30 to actually do it.
That's
and
fucking crazy.
Now it's like happening, sort of.
Fucking crazy.
We'll see.
No, it's definitely fucking happening, bro. This shit's ridiculous.
Yeah.
See, I told you he's too fucking humble with this shit. God damn it. Own up to your fucking talented ass photos, dog. Last question is from Adrian Bullard. He said, or she said, I don't know. What does your inspiration derive? Are there any particular events in your life, music, or other artists, photographers that inspired you?
I like early punk photos and just
Yeah.
weird stuff like that, and like then just like going to cool shows and seeing. I always liked the look of punk and stuff like that.
Do you still go to a lot of punk shows now?
There's not a lot of punk shows
It's crazy.
in Minnesota at all.
What about hardcore shows? Is that still happening?
So every now and then. I mean,
So it's like a very youthful. That was like a youthful music in my mind.
well, now the youth does something else. Like a lot of the hardcore shows are punk shows that's like 25 and up.
Really?
It seems like.
Wow.
It's not a lot of kids. Like, well, I bet when Terror comes and plays or Knocked Loose or one of those newer bands, like not Terror, not new, but they're not new,
Yeah.
but
But they like that band.
yeah, people will come out.
Crazy.
But it's like touring's just almost like weird now. It seems like I feel like people don't tour as much.
Yeah, I don't know, because then it became about agencies, and you had to be like a booking agent,
Yeah.
and that just sealed the deal into like regular shows. And damn, it's weird, huh? There will be a whole documentary someday about what we lived our life like, because I don't think anyone really knows
No, it was nuts.
the amount of work that went into doing shit that you can now do on Instagram in like 3 months. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it was nuts back in the day. It was so crazy. Like, I remember starting to like by like the tail end of me doing shows, and I was passing out actual paper flyers to people. They're like, "What is this, you weirdo? Like, stop paper.
Yeah,
get out of here."
they're like,
You know?
can you just send it to us in
Yeah.
like a group chat?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Like standing outside the show, handing people pieces of paper, like, "You're gross, dude."
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
We used to hand out flyers at my high school every single day.
yeah.
Flyer, come to the show,
Yeah.
come to the show, come to the show. And
Yeah.
people would pull up because they had nothing else to do,
Yeah.
dude. And then people still hung out with each other. And now it's just like fucking alienated. And
Yeah, it's weird.
super weird. But all right, what do you got tonight? Who are you shooting tonight?
I'm gonna be at Nature World. I'm
Yep.
doing the photos for that, which is a festival that's half punk, half hardcore, and rap. So like it's Turnstiles headlining
Sick.
and Cupcakes playing. So it's like weird
Crazy.
stuff. It's like there's a whole bunch of artists that are playing.
And who'd you shoot last night?
Hatebreed
Sick.
and Lil Ugly Mane
So
and a bunch of other people.
Damn.
And I'm here tomorrow doing that with Xavier Wolf, and I'm gonna try to do some other stuff tomorrow. I don't know.
yeah, it's
But
like, you fly out tomorrow night?
no, Monday.
Monday? Cool.
And then what else I got going on? A few little projects. I've been talking with Noisy a little bit.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
They're gonna be there tonight. Talk to them
At the
See
show?
something- Yeah, see if
Sick.
something happens.
You need to come out here more often, dog.
I know, it's crazy.
They
I
would
need to.
accept you here.
I know,
They're ready for Adam.
but I'm
Dog, we're gonna talk right after this shit, because I'm gonna start managing Adam low key.
I'm too. I don't know, odd for LA. That weird.
There's a group called Odd Future here, dog.
Yeah.
Born and raised out of LA. I think
know,
we'll be
I know.
fine.
Yeah.
That
No, I'm a calm.
Yeah, okay. Anything else you want to say to the people? Follow Adam, obviously, on the internet if you don't already.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you've done, and I think that the Lil Peep shit couldn't have gone, any better as far as how you honored him and his passing or whatever. Like, I knew you were worried about, I don't want to look like I'm trying to get attention and shit, and I don't think that's what it came across at all. It's just like, yo, these are fucking, this is a moment in time.
Well, as you can see from this podcast, I always overthink things.
For sure. But it's easy to think that, because I bet a lot of people are probably like, oh, Adam's just trying to come up on it. People could think like that. That's easy to assume, but it's like, you're going to have people that are talking shit because they're trolls, but everyone else understands that, like, yo, you were connected to this dude, and maybe some people don't even know. Hopefully this podcast sheds a little light on it. Like, people might not know, because you're with mad artists all the time, and it's like, you don't know if you're on tour with them or if you just happen to see them. It's hard to tell, you know what I mean, as far as that point of it, but like, I don't know if a lot of people knew that you were like texting Peep and about to go on a world tour with Peep, and like, fucking, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
Anyway,
but I don't know, what else I gotta say? Nothing.
Just give everyone your address and your social security number, and then we'll get off this podcast. Thanks, dude.
4.
Yeah. Follow Adam on Instagram. Is there anywhere else you want him to check out? What's the web store again?
The Hive.
The Hive.
Yeah.
Is it like the Hive / your name, or is it just there? Is it
just the Hive? The Hive. So yeah, HYV.
HYV. Okay,
Yeah.
I already spelled it wrong.
They do a lot of underground artists merch for them, and
the Hive.nl. Is that right?
Might be the Hive dash.
Jesus Christ, guys.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I'll put it in the show notes, but it's got to be something like that, and just probably search Adam.
Yeah, I'm around. We have nothing for sale right now because it's all sold out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it'll come soon.
It's coming. There's a second drop coming, and yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Tight. So if everyone got this far, do you use Twitter?
Yeah, Adam DeGross 87.
87. Yeah. What do you?
But it's not like I don't really go. It's kind of
your secondary.
Yeah, I'll just post like some of the weirder photos on there.
Well,
Tumblr.
I always say if like they get this far in the podcast that you can come up with a hashtag, and they just have to tag both you and me on Twitter and say that they got this far, and they'll just say it. It's funny because I still get some from like the very first episode.
Yeah.
So what do you want the hashtag to be? You could say whatever you want. Some
people
have
long nights Ben.
Long nights Ben. Spell it however you want. I like that. Now I want to see if people can figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Is it in your phone still? Long nights Ben?
Yeah.
Try to see if you can figure out what that means. And give me a full report. That'd be tight. All right. I appreciate you being on this shit, dog.
Number 3 coming soon.
Fuck yeah. Number 3 coming soon. All right. We out. Bye. That's it for episode 21 with Adam DeGross. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Make sure to follow Adam on Instagram. Pick up some of his merch. The links are all in the show notes. BWNC.com/podcast. Leave a review on iTunes and let me know what you loved about this episode. And if you're interested in joining Black with No Cream's private group for creators, visit BWNC.com/join. Last but not least, buy some fucking merch. Please buy some merch. That shit helps me out, man. All right, every sale helps keep this thing alive. Subscribe to Black with No Cream. New episode every single Sunday. See you next week, you bitch.